These are a few of my favorite things. Run, write, riff. Merging fitness, personal creativity, and your ultimate passion. Key parts for a happy and a healthy life. Hit the subscribe button and then the bell notification to be a part of this community. Leave a comment on your fitness, your personal creativity, and on your passions. We want to hear from you. This is about living a full life. Body, mind, spirit. Run, write, riff. My personal running journey has small pockets with some success, bracketed by large windows of running inactivity. Yes, I said inactivity. Times when I did not run, but instead used other avenues to maintain health and fitness. Over the years, that has included solo hiking, some high mileage cycling, also focused weight training. As of now, I'm working my way back into running fitness again. Largely in connection with the high school kids I've been honored to coach. Typically, I'm putting in 200 to 250 miles each month, and a couple of times I've hit 70 plus miles in a single week. Right now, that appears to be my productivity limit. In the last few months, and for the first time in many years, I've started sprinkling in repeat and max VO2 intervals with intent to add tempo and progression runs. I don't have the proper foundation yet for any of this to come together in competition, but I expect that to change very soon. We covered in a past video the 5 speeds for training, which actually turns into 6 speeds. Those are for an overall distance training program. Here's a recap of those varied speeds for workouts. I'll start with the fastest level and work down to the slowest. 1. Repeats at 1600 meter race pace. Reps are 800 meters and shorter, and the max rest is twice that of the hard rep. 2. Max VO2 intervals at 5K race pace. Reps are 400 meters to 1600 meters in most cases, with the rest interval equal to the hard rep. 3, and this is actually 3A and 3B, critical velocity or CEV pace. These are used for cruise intervals that are 15 seconds per mile above, meaning 15 seconds per mile slower than your 5K race pace. These are generally longer intervals with a very short rest, usually half or less of the hard rep. Tempo runs are hard distance efforts, continuous runs of up to 20 minutes, and these are at 30 seconds per mile above 5K race pace. The 4th speed is up-tempo pace. These are what we refer to as comfortably hard distance runs of 30 to 35 minutes of continuous running, where you are running 45 seconds to 60 seconds above your 5K race pace. And the 5th speed is easy pace, recovery pace, what we often refer to as talking pace. This will constitute 75 to 80% of your weekly mileage and is a minute and 30 seconds, 90 seconds above your 5K race pace. Keep in mind the critical aspect for a training program is combining 2 and sometimes as many as 3 of these speeds into each of the high stress sessions, what we'll refer to as combo sessions. I'm going to speak to the primary point of training, even when it may seem obvious. The point of training to simulate the physical and the mental stress that you will experience in competition. The key here is not physical. It's critical that you run fast in your training so that you can do the same in a race. We'll get into why the physical is not the key in just a moment. Yet those physical sessions will include, as we just outlined, repeats at 1600 meter race pace, max VO2 intervals at 5K race pace, and some combination of CV, critical velocity, and tempo runs. Assuming you are in season or have an upcoming race, which will be on a Saturday, Your physical training in a typical week should look something like this. Monday, longer rep repeats. This is the perfect time for CV pace or cruise intervals. This is also when you might incorporate a tempo run, which is a hard distance effort for 20 minutes continuous, or potentially a speed play session. The key here is to get in some volume at a strong pace with minimal rest between those cruise intervals. Tuesday, long, easy recovery day, often called a shakeout run. 6 to 8 miles, which is about 45 to 60 minutes of continuous running at an easy pace, which is 90 seconds above your 5K race pace, and finish with 6 times 70 meter striders. Wednesday is straight up max VO2 interval session, or potentially an intense repeat session. Examples of this might be 12 times 400 meters with 90 seconds rest at your 5K race pace, and then do a last one, fast one, 200 meter to close the session. That gives you 5K of volume, which is often what we're after. Thursday is a mirror of Tuesday. Easy run, 6 to 8 miles, 45 to 60 minutes. Finish with 6 times 70 meter striders. Friday is really more of a true shakeout day, flushing all the lactic acid out of your legs that might be in there from a tough week of training. We often call this a taper day, 3 to 4 miles, very easy pace, finished with a handful of striders. Saturday would be race day. Sunday, early in the season, you would continue what you did during the off season, meaning the summer or the winter, by getting in a long, easy run, 8 to 12 miles at a very easy pace. As you get closer to peak season, we could adjust what happens on Sunday, but that is typically what you would do in a higher mileage area of your training. As we address the mental side of your preparation, remember what we said. The actions of your workout sessions are critical. That's the physical prep. The mental preparation is another side of the same coin. The real point of this, as we said before, is you are simulating race situations during regular weekly training. On those high-stress training sessions, every runner will experience the doubt and mental challenges that will also come up in a high-end competition. Usually just after halfway through the workout session, those doubts will come in. I don't feel great today. My legs are dead. I'm a little flat. I don't think I'm going to be able to keep this pace. I'm gassed. I probably should run the next couple of reps easy just so I can have enough left to finish, yada, yada, yada. If your interval session is 8 reps, these sort of doubts will probably come in on the 5th or 6th rep. That's when most runners, even the most fit runners, will begin to approach their lactate threshold, assuming they are doing the workout correctly. We used to call it bonking. How a runner pushes through that threshold is to challenge it. By pushing through it, I mean pushing your lactate threshold out, further down the fitness continuum. That means you are getting faster and more fit and can cut chunks off of your PR. And that, of course, is the goal. That's as much of a mental task as it is a physical one. We'll do another video exclusively on the power of the mind when linked in conjunction with an elite level training program. There's more to share and learn when it comes to the power of visualization. Physical training and mental preparation, important factors. This brings me to the one thing. I preached this to the kids I mentored all the way back when I first hit All-American status, and I wanted our program to advance to the next level, to reach that tipping point where they were a consistent resource for D1 recruits and a consistent state championship program, both of which indeed happened. I continue to preach this to the kids I coach today at the high school level. The greatest compliment a distance runner can pay another is not that they are good. It's not that they are talented, nor even that they are fast. What is the highest compliment? That someone is tough. Toughness is the measure of any distance runner. It's what pushes them to hammer those interval sessions when the legs, the arms, the lungs, and the brain are telling them to dial it back. It's what pushes that runner through the same threshold in competition to become a champion. The races any runner will remember for the rest of their lives are not simply the ones where they ran away for the win. Not the ones where they outclassed the field, nor even the ones where they hit a new PR. The ones they will remember forever were the ones where they doubted, struggled mentally at a critical point in the race, yet somehow pressed hard in that moment through that threshold to pull away from a rival and break them, or to catch a group of runners just in front of them and finish in the top 10 for that long-desired championship medal. Those particular races are burned into the memory of a runner because they did something memorable. They overcame physical and mental stress. They overcame doubt through toughness. This is when all the tools come together. Weeks of long runs during base work, the foundation. Weeks of high-stress intervals for sharpening. Weeks of mental challenges of formulating a dream that culminates on this day. All the tools are in play. Now go and run a memorable race. Next up on this channel, on the right side, simply stated, a deep dive into 2323 AD. Details, storyline, and those key characters. Been looking forward to this one for a while. Now here's a snapshot of videos to come. On the RIFF side, we want to cover some of the very cool things that have come to light recently for the young rock star, Reece Alan. Let's do an interview so we can get it in his own words. On the run side, since none of us can compete, all the races and track meets being canceled due to the pandemic, let's jump into some training videos. Other running channels on YouTube do workout videos, outlining the structure of the session and then filming it. Let's move that direction. First, I'll list some of my favorites in the area of strength work, and those are the type of sessions that we'll get into first for these workout videos, where we get to actually go outdoors. We'll pop in some cruise intervals and start to build the training program from the ground up, from the foundation. Should be a lot of fun. Once again, be sure to hit subscribe and then the bell notification. That will keep you up to date on all the videos that we have coming. Be sure to give us a like on this video, as it will really help us to build this channel. Come along on this journey with us. And as always, thanks for watching. A happy and a healthy life. That's what we're about at Run, Write, Riff. These are my personal passions. Be sure to leave a comment about your passions. Let's engage and share life.